Well, hello and welcome to the Stand Up. As you guys know, here at the Stand Up, we seek to answer three questions. That would be, what have we accomplished, what are we working on, and what is holding us back? Although, I do have a special message today to start off with, and it's concerning this dickbag right here. And yeah, I know that might be a little harsh if you guys don't know the full story. I know that a lot of you in the comment section right now already know the full story. But this guy right here, this fucktard, this fucking imbecile, this man who should have his children taken away from him, he's CJ So Cool. Now, if you guys don't know, he's got like a prank reaction video or something on YouTube, and he's pretty big. And recently he uploaded a prank, although I seriously doubt that's what the police investigation is going to come to call it. But he called this prank that he played on his kids, and it included ice cream and laxative. So way to go on that one there, CJ. I hope this year for Father's Day you spend it without your kids, to be quite honest here, because I got to tell you, watching your video today really pissed me off. I mean, considering that I'm a father myself, it really made me mad. Like I am glad that I don't know where you live, or that you don't live anywhere near me, because I would have shoved my size 13 foot up your ass for being such a dipshit. But what CJ So Cool did was, apparently the night before, he had went out with his wife, girlfriend, booty mama, something, I don't know. Went out with her to a relative's birthday party or something, and took his kids with him. And then expected the children the next morning to get themselves ready and then wake his ass up and get them to school. Now, in the video, he says that it's not his fault. Although truancy officers would disagree with him, he doesn't give a fuck. He would rather buy some ice cream and feed his children laxative and then film them as they're in pain on the toilet, basically dehydrating themselves. Well, no, not dehydrating themselves, but their father was dehydrating them. All the while, the kids were saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir. Now, me personally, I think that the whole yes sir, no sir thing is a bit bullshit. I'm not going to make my son call me sir or say yes sir, no sir. I mean, some of you guys may disagree with that, but in the context of this video right here, I feel like it's pretty ridiculous for the kids to be calling him yes sir, no sir, when, children by nature entrust you as their parent. Like, they put their trust in you to protect you at all times. And if you don't have that trust between you and your child, you're not going to do well as a parent. This is my own personal thoughts on the subject of parenting, and secular parenting at that. And I just think that this shithead right here really does need to get whatever's coming to him. Because watching those poor kids crying in agony as their father watches on, laughing at them, videotaping it, getting ready to put it on the internet just for some fucking clicks and views, the man doesn't deserve children. I know that I'm not telling you guys anything that you probably don't already know or whatnot, but I still felt compelled to talk about this asshole right here. Let's see. Chris Moore says, Godless, what do you think about people that think it's going too far to say he should have his kids taken away because he made a mistake and has probably realized he did something? Well, I don't think that it's too far. If he thinks that this is normal, obviously there needs to be some looking into it a little bit. Normally with like I'm trying to think of the department. It's a local Department of Human it's not Human Resources. Crap, I knew this. I can't think of what the department's called. But anyways, normally, if they get something that looks like abuse, or they get some kind of complaint that somebody's being abusive, they normally have to do a an investigation of it. And I do think that he should be investigated, and if there is indeed like instances of this going on, multiple instances of this, he should lose them, maybe not permanently. I mean, I think that depending on the severity of it, whether or not he should lose it permanently, I'll leave up to other people. But I think that for right now, he definitely doesn't need access to his kids. I mean, that's just me. I don't think that it's going too far. I really don't. Because, I mean, if he's willing to drug his kids like that, and not to mention the fact that he took them out to a party on a school night, and then is going to blame them for missing school. Motherfucker, you're a parent. One Mad Bro says, I wonder which YouTuber is going to fuck up next. Who the fuck knows? I mean, I'm fairly certain it's going to be one of these reaction channels, because they base their content off of their gut reactions. And so their gut reaction is to make a video about their gut reaction. So I'm fairly certain it's that. Let's see. Chris says, I agree. This is bad parenting, clear and simple. I'm currently arguing with someone who thinks it's more important to talk about the outrage than what he actually did. Child and Family Services. Thank you, Trent Thompson. That is, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But Chris, I don't think that the more important thing is the outrage. I think the more important thing is the fact that he drugged his kids and put them in a potentially life-threatening situation. Not to mention the fact that he had them out at all hours, causing them to miss school. I mean, that's against the law. Like them missing school, him not fulfilling his parental deeds of getting them to school is against the law. Maybe not like one instance or something like that, but like multiple instances of it. With him pushing the blame on his kids, I would say that it's probably not the first time they've missed school. Daniel C says reaction channels are like awful Christians, they're assholes, or CPCs. Yeah. But enough of this dickless wonder. Let's get on to the rest of the stand-up that I know that you guys want to hear about. First topic tonight is, what have we accomplished? And we have accomplished the Order of Elijah. This isn't something that we've accomplished, but as far as the secular community and whatnot, you always hear about people saying, well, the best way to convert a Christian from being Christian to being secular or atheist is to just read the Bible. Well, this is a perfect example of that. Shannon Lowe was the lead singer of this deathcore, which I find oddly amusing. That, I mean, you can find almost any genre of music in the Christian category. I just didn't realize deathcore was one of them. And it's metal music that is the screaming kind of, I can't understand what the fuck you're saying kind of music, which I'm not here to judge, but I find it hilarious that it's this type of music that has made its way into the Christian genre. But he wrote in a pretty long post on Facebook about his deconversion process, and basically how he was battling with alcoholism and a bunch of other personal things. And so he turned to the Bible for guidance, for support, for, some kind of answer. And it just wasn't there for him. He didn't find it. And I hate that he didn't find it, but he did end up finding secularism, or atheism more specifically. And this right here is just one of those perfect examples of just reading the Bible and realizing what shit is in there. Now, the first thing that really got him to question was the story of Elisha and the bear and the 42 kids and whatnot. And he was like, "This is really shitty." And then he started asking around, and he got a wide range of apologetics from people, ranging from, "Oh, back in the day, back at this time, that was really bad," to, "Oh, those kids were heretics and they didn't need to spread their seed." And so it's just really fucking weird, the range of apologetics that you get with that. Now, for the one where they're talking about how, well, way back when it was blah, 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 well, then you're introducing relativism. And a lot of Christians don't like relativism. They don't like thinking about the fact that, morality is relative and all this other stuff. Like, even in Christianity itself, it's relative. Because if you go back, like, if you go back like just a couple hundred years, Christians today would not recognize the Christians from back then. Like, they wouldn't, they would denounce the Christians of old and be like, "Those aren't real Christians. We're the real Christians." And then, like, my first reaction is like, well, holy shit. I am so glad that we have progressed this far, that we can perfectly deduce what God meant in his Bible when it said that, you can beat the shit out of your slave within an inch of his life, as long as they survive 3 days after. He dies on the 4th day. Fuck him. Fuck him in the ass. He's going to hell because he's a goddamn slave. I find it really odd, that particular line of thought with it. But he goes on to read more of the Bible and realize more and more of it is just bullshit. And, he finally gives up like the religion Christianity, but he still holds on to Jesus, which to me, that's a little bit of just confusion, because, you can't really give up Christianity and then at the same time say that you're still in love with Jesus, or you're trying to follow Jesus and whatnot. And then he picked up the God delusion. And that's when he finally saw through the fog and came into his atheism. And so I think that that's one of the greatest books out there to read if you can. And if you haven't read it yet, I highly suggest you read it along with Hitchens's book, God is Not Great, and whatnot. I think those are awesome books. But that's part of the what we have accomplished. That's just good news in the secular community. He's gotten a wide range of responses from Christians, ranging from support to "You're gonna burn in hell, motherfucker! I'm ripping up your CDs and I'm gonna burn them down, and probably I'm gonna burn my house down when I burn your fucking posters that I masturbate to at night. But you're gonna burn in hell." But yeah, that's the good news. And now a little bit of what we're working on currently. There's really one story that's kind of been floating around, and that's this school in Barbu, I think, which is a really, really funny town to say. Barbu. Just say it a couple times with me right now. Barbu. But in Barbu, what they're trying to do is discriminate against LGBT students by putting on their little, you know how when you go to school and you have to sign those like code of conducts or whatnot, and you have to agree to abide by it. Well, at this particular school, it's listed in there as being a part of the LGBT community as being one of the things that you can get tossed out of school for. Now, why this is making news is the fact that the school actually uses federal money. They use federal money for a few programs to include a free lunch program, busing kids places and whatnot. And they're actually willing, they're willing to throw away government funding in order to discriminate against kids. And you know how they defended themselves? They said, well, this is to weed out the LGBT kids before they even get here. But the policy allows them to just toss somebody out of the school just for, liking another person of the same gender. And while it is indeed a religious school, it's also federally funded. See, that's the thing. You can't expect to keep your federal funding and then also discriminate. Not only that, but I'm fairly certain that if you're not charging kids like to go to the school and you're not receiving federal funding, you're not going to be open up for too long. I really don't think so. But that's just me. But right now, they have multiple agencies that are investigating them, including the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They're the ones that actually do the free and reduced lunch. And the USDA are also investigating them. So a number of federal agencies are indeed looking into this. And, if they don't reverse their actions, they're actually going to lose federal funding, which, like I said, apparently they're fine with. Just like Texas, willing to lose federal funding until they actually lose federal funding and realize how much shit actually costs. Next up, we have a certain piece of land in Texas that actually got sold to a church. You know why? Because some dirty fucking atheist had a problem with the cross that was standing out there on government property. This is a Christian nation! Of course, that's what idiots would say. But the way that they figured out around it is to actually just go ahead, sell the land to the local church when the atheists started to complain. Which, I guess it's fine. It's no longer on public property and whatnot, and that's pretty much what we want. But the ideal thing would be for them to move it, not sell the land. But, who gives a fuck, right? Honestly, I do give a fuck, because this is just another instance of the religious right trying to push themselves into, being on top, onto being onto being at the top of the food chain and actually being a Christian nation, which actually there's said to be in the works behind the scenes for some politicians are pushing for Christianity to be made like the official religion of the United States. And, this is a clear indication of something like that, where it can lead. Because if we were to say, oh yeah, we're a Christian nation, that's going to go against the Constitution, that's going to go against the Treaty of Tripoli, which is signed into law currently, and it's going to go against the ideals of the Founding Fathers. A lot of people like to say that we are built on Judeo-Christian principles, which we're not. Although a lot of the Founding Fathers were indeed Christian, some of them were deists, but a lot of them were Christian, and the fact that they actually wrote God out of the Constitution, they put measures in there to make sure that God couldn't rear his ugly, small little micro dick into the Constitution, and nowadays, Republicans are looking to fuck that shit up. They've pumped God's dick full of silicone and they're ready to fuck the Constitution, all Ron Jeremy style. So, I think that these people selling it, that's fine if they want to sell it. I'm pretty sure the local government got a little bit of money out of it. If they sold it for $1, I would be pissed. It's like, oh, just give me $1. We'll sign it away. It'll just be this little square. I think that's kind of shitty, but I'm not exactly sure legally what can be done about it. And then finally, you guys are gonna I don't know if you'll get a kick out of this or you'll just facepalm really hard. But apparently this guy right here, apparently Uber is a very satanic app. The Uber app on his phone turned into the devil and told him to go and start shooting people from his car between Uber driver pickups. This guy, man, he says that apparently the Uber app on his phone turned into the devil and controlled him, making him go and kill a whole shit ton of people. He wanted to be a police officer, which I'm sure that now he's not. Instead, he became an insurance adjuster. But let's see. He is... They listed off everything that he was going to be doing. Let's see. The judge nonetheless ruled that Dalton is fit to stand trial on all 16 charges, 6 counts of open murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 8 counts of felony firearm. And of course, Christian news sites have picked this up. Can anybody fucking guess, like, what in the fuck the Christians are saying will cure this? What do you think? What, just real quick, what do you think they are going to say is going to fix the situation? Could it be meds or the psychiatric ward of your nearest maximum security crazy hospital? Nope. It is...
blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus.
The blood of Jesus?
The blood of Jesus.
Not the blood of Jesus!
The blood of Jesus.
Not the blood of Jesus. Don't take a bath in I think a bath in blood is the last thing this guy needs. Next thing you know, he's going to be seeing red. He's going to think he's in Doom. He's going to pick up that shotgun and go and kill all the demons. And then you'll see him in the hallway trying to do one of those cool takedowns, where he kicks the leg out and he slams him into the ground. You'll be seeing him walking down the halls doing that shit. Not the blood of Jesus.
Come on, y'all, please. Get him out. Get him out.
No, please, no. Daniel C. didn't want to know at all. Sorry. But if you guys want to see me play some Doom multiplayer tonight, I got a link down below in the description box. Go down there and follow me over there, and we'll be able to discuss that. But this guy right here is pure crazy. This guy is in the the holding us back section, because this, in all seriousness, this is one of the things that we're suffering from in our country right now, and that's crazy ass people hiding behind religion or trying to hide behind religion. Now, most of the time people see through that, but there are a lot of occasions when people won't, and there are actually laws on the books that protect such people. Faith healing laws are one of those sets of laws. Okay. Oh, somebody's saying the link's not working. Let me see. An error occurred. Shit. It's on my GE Plays channel. Sorry. Okay, but yeah, this is one thing that's plaguing us, and that is, and that's people that are fooled by this. The faith healing laws and all the laws on the books that protect parents who kill their children because of their faith. That's the highlight here, and I just think that we need to keep that in mind. We need to keep in mind that there are laws on the books that protect religious parents when they kill their kids. If it's in the name, if it's for Jesus, if they do it so that,
Come on, the blood of Jesus.
The blood of Jesus. If the blood of Jesus is involved, you can bet you can take it to the bank that they're going to get off with no kind of punishment. They are starting to see a bit more punishment, but if that
Jesus, hurry y'all, please.
That Jesus doesn't, if it doesn't persuade people, then they'll just have to toss some more blood on it. But let's see. I realized that I need to get a working link down there for my game stream. Crap. All right. Should be updated if you want to refresh after this particular thing posts. And I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Please do follow me to the Doom multiplayer play. Let's see. Chris Moore says, how do you like the new Doom in comparison with the older ones? I like the new Doom in comparison with the older ones. I mean, it seems to be pretty consistent with the kind of fighting style in the older ones. Not Doom 3. Doom 3 was more suspenseful or whatnot. The game stream is also going to say, yes, Trent Thompson, it does. The game stream does serve as a post stand-up discussion. So we can discuss things there if you would like to. You can ask me questions. We can talk some more about it if you want to. Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties. Yeah. Whine about how white people fucked you over. Embrace the God. Fuck your stupid kid. That's your problem. Yeah. Yeah. So I will see you guys over there. Y'all have a nice night, and I'm gonna go ahead and get everything pulled up and started. So I'll see you guys later, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning when we check in on our experiment.